What's up, sign YouTube beautiful people? How are you? Welcome to the Spiritual Insight Guidance Network. My name is Angie, and this is your weekend reading. So this reading is for Saturday and Sunday, May 22nd and May 23rd, 2021. I'm super excited this weekend because I have a new deck that we're going to use. Woo woo. I like to pull, a couple different cards. You know how I roll, you guys. So, if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for your comments, your likes, your shares. And just keep an open mind, because even though this reading is for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, this could actually start today, Friday. When I'm filming this could actually carry out, into the week. So, and just be open to the information, take what resonates and leave the rest, as I always say. Okay. So let's get to it. What is the information that those of you that will be watching this? Ooh, okay. Let's keep going. Give me one more card. Okay. Give me one more here. One more card. What do we need to focus on this weekend? Okay. So, what do we have here? We've got 3 cards. The first card we've got is the 3 of Wands. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse, and we also have the Judgment card. Now, so what's interesting to me is sort of the focus here is the Judgment, okay? Because the Judgment is a major arcana card. So that's what I'm being really drawn to, is the Judgment. Now, the Judgment is, the way that I see it, is its karmic completion. It is sort of, when this card comes in, it sort of asks us to say, okay, there might be sort of like a situation or a pattern or a specific relationship or specific circumstance that could be coming into our lives that we've been here before, or this is something that we're trying to close out. This is sort of reaping what you've sown. So if you've, it's how else would I like to describe this? When this card comes in, it's also about asking yourself, how are you going to respond to this situation? Okay. Or this challenge, this circumstance, these sort of lines of events or whatever is happening personally, in your life. This really is sort of like maybe it's sort of like a warning kind of to me. It says, hey, let's pay attention this weekend. So whatever is coming in or whatever is happening in our own worlds, it's kind of like, let's not react in the same manner in which we have in the past. Let's sort of really take a step back here and sort of maybe think before we speak, or there could be sort of like a similar situation, a similar relationship, someone that you meet that reminds you of somebody from the past. It's like red flags. But it's also like it's almost like a day of reckoning, because look at this card, it's like the judgment call. Okay. It's like the horns being blown, and it's forgiveness. It's really sort of getting vulnerable and getting real with and really honest with yourself on a very, very deep level, but also honoring yourself and the choices that you've made or are going to be making. And it's like, I always feel like it's a karmic completion sort of thing, so the energy or that which and how you handle things or what you've been thinking, or how you handle certain situations or how you respond or how you react or what you've been putting out there is kind of sometimes, it's like the law of attraction. What you put out there is what you get back. Okay. So that's really kind of how I personally see the Judgment card. Now, this isn't a bad thing. Okay. It's a bad thing, obviously, or could potentially be something that we would label as bad if, we haven't really been, putting things out there that are positive, if we've been sort of doing things in the same manner, or, this is sort of like this could be a very, very amazing card that you have this beautiful karma or these beautiful things that are coming back to you. So, we could also look at this as, God is the only one who can judge you at the end of the day, but God loves you unconditionally, So this is sort of really learning some lessons, or maybe possibly closing out a lesson And this is really asking us to sort of like take a step back and to, like I said, make some different changes, positive changes, react differently, react in a positive manner, and really just help us move forward. So that's really what we need to focus on is closing something out. So I'm honestly really liking that. Okay. So now what's interesting to me is the main energy. I'm kind of reading this backwards, but this is how it happens sometimes. So the overall main energy, the first card that popped out here is the Three of Wands. Okay. So when I have the Three of Wands, we have a lot of wand energy. So wand energy is all about spiritual energy. It is also about growth. It is about personal growth. It's about growth in our lives. What we are wanting to take action on, what we're inspired to do, where our passion lies. And so I'm really feeling like this is a part of our spiritual journey and our spiritual path. Okay. That this is sort of like saying, hey, the universe is sort of putting you in certain situations in order for you to sort of like take that leap of faith and to trust yourself and to trust your path, even if you don't trust yourself yet. And so this is really asking us, that we've embarked upon this journey. This is a 3. So a 3 says to me that it's sort of at the beginning stages of cultivating or creating something with somebody else, whether this is you with spirit, whether this is you with a business partner, whether this is you in a relationship that you've taken the leap of faith and you've sort of have embarked upon this. And so this is something new. This is something that is sort of still in the newer stages, but you have some sort of like plan and you've taken that first step. Okay. So there's still work that needs to obviously happen here, to move forward with your passions and your inspirations and your ideas that are coming in. Now, what I find interesting is that internally, because I always look at this sometimes as the internal card. The internal energy here is the Ace of Wands in reverse. Now, when this card is upright, the Ace of Wands says to me that this is all about new inspirations, new growths, new ideas, new sort of new things that have been flourishing or that have been pondering. And so this is really like passionate inspiration, very spiritual, very sort of action oriented or very quick things that are coming in. But the way that I'm feeling about this card of being in reverse is that we're sort of, there's something happening inside of us that I almost feel that there's still something that we're hanging on to, or there's still some sort of pattern within us that is sort of not allowing us to really fully nurture and grow and to step into taking that really first new step upon this journey. Okay. So it's like we're sort of maybe a little bit holding ourselves back, possibly in some way, shape, or form, or in some way, somehow. But ultimately, what we need to focus on is like, listen, this is the journey. This is your path. This is like fated, and this is really time for us to make the conscious decision. Okay. Or maybe, subconsciously, we're really starting to get through these things and we're really trying to figure out our next steps and how we can turn this Ace of Wands, upside down, meaning upright, in order to really gain growth and momentum, or to nurture and water and grow these new ideas and new inspirations, or to figure out what this next step is. Okay, this next step in your journey, because it's sort of like I'm feeling as if, we've made it to the third step, which is co-creating and or with a partner or a partnership of some kind, because it's a 3, which is, creation. So you're in the process of creating something, but this is taking your passion, inspiration, and moving it forward. But there's almost something that's like, okay, well, we've made it thus far, or as far as we can right now. And now we're sort of I don't want to say like at a standstill, but there's sort of like a creative block or inspirational block, or maybe we're not passionate, or maybe we are refiguring what it is that we are passionate about. And we might be switching and changing things in order to really understand or figure it out what we even really want. You know, we may have been going down this certain path for a certain way, a certain time period, or for, a certain length of time, or been in this relationship for a certain amount of time, or have been following, your career path a certain amount of time, or if you had these inspirational ideas for a certain amount of time, you've been, trying to figure these things out. And so now this is really saying, okay, you know what, maybe I need to really stop and think, what is it that I'm really doing? What is it that I really want to create? And are these ideas and the way that I'm feeling about them, does something need to shift and change? Do I not feel the same way about what I'm doing in my life, or what I used to be passionate about, or what I used to love, or how I used to feel may not be the way that you possibly may feel right now? And so that's where the judgment comes in, to where it's like, okay, how are we feeling? We're sort of at this like pivotal moment of, okay, well, let's ask ourselves the question, do we really still believe in what we're doing? And so you really have to kind of like reignite that inspiration and passion within you in order to really carry and move forward. Now, I will say that I did watch a video. Saturn is going into retrograde, meaning Saturn is not going to be visibly moving forward in the sky. Saturn is visually, from our perspective, is going to start to move backwards. So, and what that means is that it's an outer planet. So, but it's all about, it's tying into this reading nicely, because it is all about sort of restructuring, redoing, reconfiguring, like trying to really figure out, what it is that we want to do, or what we want to see, or what needs to be shifted and changed, or do we even really want to do this anymore? Okay, so it's kind of like things are coming back, and we're going to be revisiting certain things, or revisiting certain passions, or being asked to like sort of like recommit to these ideas, to these things, to this relationship, to, the path that you're on. Okay. So I'm going to pull an angel card from this beautiful deck and get some more information. I want to get some more information about this judgment card. Give me more information about this judgment card. Okay. What do we have here? We've got 2 cards. We have meditation brings answers, and we have take action. So what would I like to say? So this is very interesting, because this judgment card is almost as if, like I was saying, like you're on the fence right now. It's sort of like, okay, well, what do I do? How am I feeling? What is the situation? Where am I going? What do I do in this specific situation, opportunity? Am I going to choose the same answers? Am I going to choose the same path? Am I going to change my path? Am I going to change my ways? Am I going to continue the same way that I've been doing, or been going, or what has been coming back in order for you to sort of cleanse and clear and move on, or clear out, or shift and change in a new way? And also, like I said, it's sort of like that closing a cycle type of energy. And really sort of, it's like a card that says, let's really open our eyes and be honest and sort of pay attention. And, allow ourselves to learn from the lesson. Or maybe this is a lesson that we need to learn still. Okay. So let's learn the lesson. And it's almost like if you're confused, or you're not really sure why this particular situation or challenge or relationship or conversation or whatever that this is, that could potentially be a pattern. If this is coming in for you again, or coming to you and you're like, I have no idea what to do with this situation this weekend. Okay. The message here is to spend some time alone in meditation. Okay. Spend some time with yourself, because, when you sort of align and allow yourself to be at peace, and you allow yourself to clear out your mind, you're going to get some answers here. Okay. So this will help you gain some answers and some insight personally into maybe your next steps. okay? Or where or why you're feeling like blocked, like you can't move into this next new idea. Blocked off creatively, passionately, or, if you're just not really feeling motivated, it's almost as if like we're having to say, okay, we've been putting so much energy and so much oomph in our lives into these specific things or this one particular thing that maybe now we're not really sure if that's even what we really want to do anymore, So this is really getting clear with yourself, okay? So meditation, and then with that information that comes in, that's where the cards are saying, obviously, act upon that information and take action. Okay, so this doesn't necessarily mean that this might, it might be a little bit difficult action in order to take. There might be a conversation that you need to have. There might be something that you need to walk away from. But there also might be something that the universe or your guides, your higher self is asking you to do, or this might be information that what you should or need to be doing, okay? Or where you're guided to go, or what you're feeling of what you need to do with this action. And so, this might just be something that is putting you out of your comfort zone, and it's asking you to do something differently, okay? Now I am going to pull one last card from the celebration deck here. Dana and I's beautiful deck that is still in progress of being made. So let's see, what is any last information for this weekend, May 22nd, May 23rd? Oh, we've got two. We've got friendship, and we have choices. Friendship and choices. Okay, so this really says to me that there's a possibility here that, maybe there is, there is someone in your life. Maybe this is a friendship with yourself, okay? Maybe this is really asking you to choose yourself, okay? Choose yourself. Choose meditation. Take action on the things that you've been putting off, or the things that you have really maybe been blocking yourself from doing. That, this is a journey of self-discovery. And really, that's how I feel about the wands. The wand energy is really all about us. It's about our journey, our inspirations, what inspires us, what our passions are, internal growth, soul growth. And so this could really potentially just be a time for us to go within and really say, okay, you know what? I haven't been doing the internal work in which I've been really wanting to do and giving myself some time. And so now I'm recommitting to myself and my relationship with myself and with spirit. And I'm going to spend some time to do some internal growth and really deal with myself. That's not really a word that I that's a bad choice of words, deal, okay? That's not what, for lack of better terms, I guess that's why I use that word, but it's more or less like investigate yourself, investigate you and spend the time, investing in yourself and really going within and asking yourself those questions of, what it is that you're really here to do. What am I here to do? What do I need to close out? What are my next steps? What is my passion? And sit in meditation. And this is really a weekend to, take the action in which maybe you haven't, maybe you've been avoiding, or maybe you have really sort of, been sort of the word, or the words that's coming to my mind is I'm saying self-sabotage. That's the word, which is interesting because that's not originally the words that I was thinking, but where have you maybe been self-sabotaging yourself that you need to change those patterns around? Okay. And so this is really asking us to really go within, asking us to connect with ourselves, to give ourselves the time, to take the action, to do the things in which we know that will benefit us and help us figure out these answers to this situation, or help us connect with ourselves in order to figure out what we're supposed to do, what the information is, what the path is, and maybe cultivate and create a friendship with yourself, choosing yourself. Or this is asking us to choose, we always have a choice in who we allow in our inner circle, and to also maybe reevaluate the relationships in which we have, and sort of maybe we have to make some sort of decision, you know, on a relationship or friendship, or, you know, something with someone in our lives. All right, so last information. Any last information, you guys? Any last information? The last words. Okay, what do we got? Okay, well, here we go. So this is the only one that flipped over. We have reconsider. Okay, so this was actually in reverse. So this says to me that there's a possibility that maybe some of you are not really wanting to reconsider this friendship relationship. Maybe you're thinking like, well, I don't really know. You know, maybe we're hanging on to the past, okay? We always have a choice to choose to move forward or to allow ourselves to think in a different manner. Maybe there's really something that we need to close out with someone. Maybe this is a potential for someone coming back. This is reconsidering our own feelings, our own thoughts about the situation, about the friendship, about the relationship, about what happens. You know, we're internalizing this energy, and maybe it's, you know, maybe there's something with the friendship relationship that is sort of holding us back. Or maybe you're really just, you know, it's when it's in reverse, it says, you know, there's something internal. It's either internal or there's resistance into reconsidering this situation. So the ultimate answer is like I said, to meditate and listen to the answers that are coming, to take action on those answers. But also the extra information is to weigh the options, weigh the pros and cons, maybe have some conversations, really go within and ask yourself, can this relationship grow? You know, what was my take in it? You know, what happened? And even if the relationship is, even if there's a potential that the relationship is never going to be the same again, it might just be to sort of just smooth things out and sort of just say maybe what you needed to say, or to maybe not say anything at all. You know, we always have a choice as to who we want in our world and who we don't want in our world. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And we also have the choice to choose of, you know, who we interact with and how we interact with other people. And, but this is really, this is really asking us to really reconsider maybe the choices that we've made or the choices that we've had in the past, but also because potentially maybe this person really was really a good friend, or maybe you're really needing to be a good friend to yourself. Okay, so with that, my beautiful people, have a beautiful weekend. Thank you for your likes, comments, your shares, your subscribes, all that beautiful stuff. And if you would like a private reading from me, or if you would like some Sedona, Arizona Vortex personalized jewelry, I also do that as well. You can check me over out on livingbyspirit.com. Otherwise, I will see you all on the next video. Thank you so much. Love and light. Namaste. Bye for now.